Welcome back. With scarce information on disability issues reaching to the public, Umoja Disability Centre is seeking to bridge the gap. Take a look at that story.
The founder of Umoja Disability Centre, Mr. Wilson, shared briefly how he got a disability early on in life.
I am a person who has lived with disability almost all my life. I was not born like that, but this is acquired as a result of polio at the age of 3 years.
According to the founder of Umoja Disability Centre, there was very little information trickling down to the public about disability. He stepped in to change the narrative.
Umoja Disability Centre caters for persons with disability, but mostly we dwell on the line of giving information. We realize that there is a niche there because persons with disability never got information that is right, and when they get it, they did not get it on time. So we decided to pass that information to persons with disability, caregivers, and the PWD themselves.
We spoke to some of the members at the center. One, Peter Silla, shared how he acquired his disability.
I was not born with a disability, but on the process of growing up, when a child starts now to walk, that's the time I got my disability. It was a result of, I guess, poor clinics, if I can guess, from the doctors, because it was a development of rickets. So my mom used to take me to Webu General Hospital that time, and they used to refer to many clinics. So at that time, my problem was developing. So eventually, I got my disability.
Emily Wanjiru has been a member and a beneficiary as well.
Since I started coming to Disability Centre, that is in 2020, nimesoma vitu mingi cause with disability advocacy, we have the chance to meet other organizations, thus getting more knowledge about our rights and also having the information that we can spread in our community. So since I started coming to Umoja Disability Centre, nimepata motivation through watching everything that is done in the organization. Thus nikaanza my initiative, that is in 2022, November 11th.
She understands all too well how the center has been beneficial to her and the entire community as well.
So since I started, nimekuwa na advantage ya kupatana na more disability advocates na more donors within my community and also within the social media space.
Doctors did the best that they could to restore mobility in Paul's legs.
I undergone a surgery at the age of 6 at Kikuyu Hospital. So they did me a surgery for the 2 legs, but unfortunately one leg did not work out well. So I stayed like for a year. Then they referred me to a second surgery for that leg. So they did again the surgery. Unfortunately, again, it did not work. So I went just to continue with life. So, but they referred again to continue with the clinic. Then they do me another surgery. But at the end of the day, my dad declined. So he said, if you are walking, it's okay. So you can continue with life. So I continued with my education. I completed my primary school, but not in the small. I had to go back to my home because the the small home came some challenges, so I got back to my home. I did from class 6 to from class 2. After the surgeries, from class 2 to class 5 at my home. Then from class 6 again I came back to the small home and did my primary school in the small home, third primary school, from class 6 to 8. Then now I proceeded to secondary school at Joyton Secondary School for the fiscal year.
Paul aspired to be a leader from early on in life. This urge was so strong that he ventured into politics.
From my childhood, I always desired to be a leader. So at high school, I started my leadership. So I was selected the class prefect since Form 2 until Form 4. So I learned how to handle different people, how to engage them at that age. So I developed my leadership skills from that time. So I completed my high school. I proceeded to Thika Technical. To Thika Technical School, also I came, I found that the student leaders. So I said to myself, because I always decided to be a leader and leading people, so I decided to fight for a seat, whereby I was elected as the Minister for Finance for 2 terms, for 2 years that is. So I completed my college at Thika Technical with a diploma in IT. I did some jobs around Thika. I found that they were not paying so well, so I quitted the job. I came to Nairobi now. That was in 2022. Yeah, my friend from Kasarani called me to come to Kasarani. We do some business, there's some tendering. We have a company, so we started doing tender around Nairobi. Also, he was aspiring as a candidate. So in the 2022 election, we said we can try it. He has a disability also. He is using a wheelchair. So we said we give it a trial. So he was fighting as an MCA at Clay City Ward in Kasarani constituency. So we started our campaigns. We started the nomination. We were fighting with the UDA ticket. We went to the nomination. They did what they do, of course. We quitted the UDA party, and we said, because we started this and our vision was to win the election, we said we will not quit the election process. So we proceeded to independent. So we collected signatures around 500. Then they allowed us to fight as an independent candidate. So it was so challenging having a disability, doing campaigns, and it was the first time so the community seeing a person with a disability doing campaigns. So we used to go, sometimes they just tell you they don't have something. They just assume you are coming to borrow something. So it was so challenging, but we learned a lot. So we did our campaigns until election time, whereby we were defeated in the election. Out of 19, we came position 3, but it was a good experience. Having a disability and fighting until the end, it was a good experience. Yeah.
Emily has big plans for her organization and hopes to change lives with it.
I have big dreams because beside the initiative alone, I have an ambition of opening an institution like a vocational training, because I have observed a lot of people with disability are not able to access vocational trainings due to the high cost of school fees or even lacking people to support them. And I also want to finish the mentality of depending on people or waiting for someone to help you so that you can stand on your own as a person living with disability. As people with disability, we have power within ourselves if only we believe in our abilities. So we should not depend on waiting for handouts or waiting on pity, because at the end of the day, a hand that keeps being given can never understand or can never know giving out is more better than receiving.
Paul's journey would not be a success had it not been for the support of his friends and colleagues.
My parents first, during my childhood, supported me fully until I got to college, whereby it's like they now, it's like they saw now I'm a grown up, so they quitted some supporting me, but I ain't the focus. So even to me, I say to myself, now I'm a grown up, I will work on my own. So from the college time, I can't say my parents have really supported me. Even to my college life, they supported me for the first year, then the rest of the years they quitted. So I had to look for my means or now to get my education covered until the third year. So I can't say the childhood time they really supported me, but when I grew up, I had my own idea. They kind of left, and it's always a challenge as a parent. It's always good to support the children, because we have challenges whereby a child needs to share to a parent, but if no one you can share to, it becomes a challenge. So I had to look to the member of parliament in our constituency, whereby we talked, I shared a lot with him, and he was willing to support me, and he paid my school fees for the 2 years. So that's how I completed my school at Thika Technical. I can encourage my fellow person with disabilities that keep the focus. Everything is possible. As long as you have your dream valid, work on it, don't give up. Everything will open. As long as you keep the focus, you do what you think it's right, there is a lot of opportunities outside here, as long as you have the focus and you have the dream. So you just keep pushing and everything will work for you.